Hello, I'm Anthony Riley, Communications Manager for the City of Banning. And in this week's Employee Spotlight, we have Nicole Jews, Human Resources Manager. Nicole, welcome.
Thank you.
So I'm always fascinated with people's professional journey, personal journey. I mean, it all kind of intertwines.
Right.
And I'm curious, did you wake up one day and just say, gosh, I think I want to be a Human Resources Manager? I have to imagine there were steps along the process, different routes in life that you possibly could have taken, but ultimately you ended up here. So I was hoping you could give our viewers just a little bit of a perspective about your life's journey and basically kind of your background and what you do here for the city.
Definitely. Yes, and like you said, I did not wake up one day deciding that I wanted to be a human resource manager. It actually started with a dream of wanting to be a newscaster.
Oh, that's interesting.
Which didn't,
I can see that, though.
Enter fruition, it didn't happen.
Yeah.
But as time went on and I started my family and realized I needed to finish my educational journey, I started as a part-time person in the purchasing department for the city of Rialto, which kind of led me into the purchasing realm. But at the same time, as I was finishing my degree, my minor was in human resources. And I always, once I forgot about the newscaster piece, there was a point in my life when I wanted to open up my own employment agency, having the ability to assist people with resume writing, dressing, what do employers want? All of that in one.
So that's fascinating. So let's talk about that for just a second. From a human resources perspective, what kind of advice would you give to young people entering the workforce, looking for entry-level positions, or those that may be transitioning to maybe a higher level in their corporate career? What's some of the advice that you would give them? And has the advice changed over the years, do you think?
I definitely believe it has. Only according to my journey. I would say in the beginning, I kind of, when you're in school, it's always volunteer and help out where you can, kind of learn who you want to become to figure out what you want to do in life. And I kind of did that, but it wasn't the full beginning of my story. There were pieces where I missed how to make sure I was dressing how to, the interviewing skills. And as I progressed in the job market, I think that's where I kind of realized I needed to hone in on some of those skills of making sure that I'm doing well with writing, being able to communicate, making sure that I'm dressing the part. Because my thought is, if you dress like you want to become, eventually your life will hopefully catch up to it. So if you're in a path where you're not really portraying who you want to become, people are not going to see you for what you envision yourself to be.
And as part of that, actually, I guess in some ways, focusing on your skill set, kind of having the opportunity to say, this is my skill set, this is what I bring to the table. That's pretty relevant, I think.
Definitely. I would say, so in the going into the purchasing realm, that was where it was actually interesting. Purchasing definitely gave me the skills from a finance perspective. I was able to, I feel like I was a glorified shopper. Because even now, I would always try to figure out the best deal. Kind of leaving behind the HR piece, but I knew I had that in my pocket if I ever wanted to move forward with it. And it just happened that was the path I took. Purchasing was the area that I felt more comfortable with, and kind of went from contract administrator to purchasing supervisor to buyer, and then when I saw the position of purchasing manager here with the city of Banning, let me try and see if I can get that position.
So that's where you started?
Yes. I was the purchasing manager first. The opportunity presented itself, and because I had my minor in human resources, and I also had the opportunity in my career path of being a supervisor, acting as a manager, filling in as a management level, I was able to apply for the position. Wasn't the first one chosen, so it didn't discourage me. And when the opportunity arose out of the
like applicants, candidates that were,
I was offered the position, and here I am.
That's
a year later.
Well, and I'll be on the job for about a year now, coming up in April, and you were my first point of contact, of course, with the city, and I want to thank you for that. So let me ask you this: if you could give our audience just a bird's eye perspective of what a human resource manager does, what do you do exactly? What is the function in terms of the city of Banning? Or most municipalities, most hiring agencies, public or private?
The easiest way I would say to wrap it into is dealing with people.
Okay.
I feel like employee management, employee assistance, it's interesting. I was at the airport the other day, and one of the ladies in TSA was asking, I was telling her I was going to a conference for work. She says, oh, what do you do? And I says, oh, I'm the human resources for a local city. And she's like, oh, so I don't know, how is your human resources? She says, so your human resources, are you guys helpful to your employees? Do you talk
Interesting.
with them? And I said, yes. And I said, and if your human resources team
Right.
is not available for your staff, there's a problem.
Interesting.
As human resources, not only do we do recruitments,
Yeah.
we deal with if there's union negotiations that need to happen that are, related to employees. We provide assistance with the negotiations on unions. If people have personal issues, we're there to be able to talk through, provide assistance on what the city can provide. If there's leaves, if there's compensation, if there's things we can refer, a reference, we're a resource. We can be a resource. It's really assistance for me. I feel like I'm the additional piece to your puzzle in
Right.
life when it comes to work. There are things you can't share with your manager, people on your team, supervisors, but we as human resources can be the ones to provide that assistance and help.
So I'm a human resources manager in a private sector, and now I'm going into public. Is there really a difference? I mean, is there a difference just in terms of what you need to know going in from one to the other, and vice versa, I guess?
Well, there's always the boilerplate things that remain the same.
Okay.
With leaves, with payroll, but there are specific items that are special to the area you're going into, whether it be, public service or
Okay.
private. But overall, as long as you know the basics on HR, I believe you can go anywhere.
You can transition
You
one
can
to the other.
transition. There are, like I said, there are different things like MOUs that are a little bit
Okay.
different, things that may govern us as a public service entity,
Right.
thank you,
Yeah.
versus being a private
Okay.
that is owned by a CEO or a company.
Okay.
But overall, as long as you have the
So there's a common
boilerplate,
thread,
There's a
more or
common
less. Okay.
thread, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm just curious, are we hiring? Is the city of Banning hiring?
Yes, we are. We just opened up 6 recruitments yesterday.
Okay.
There are some seasonal positions we're doing, lifeguard. There is.
Can you believe we're already talking about
Almost
lifeguards? We're in
summer.
February, but the summer's going to be around
Isn't
here.
that crazy?
Yeah.
We have cashier.
Okay.
We have pool managers. We also have a part-time case manager position for our homeless shelter.
Oh, wonderful. Okay. Opportunity Village.
Opportunity Village.
Fantastic.
Yes. And then we have a bus driver position we're hiring for
Okay.
in transit. And there is a building permit specialist for community development that we're also hiring for.
That's wonderful. I think it's great that obviously we're continuing recruitments. We're known to be the city of endless opportunity, and I think it's true.
Yes.
There's a lot of growth coming, a lot of positive things that are coming to the city that I think will change the face of what this city looks like over the next decade.
Right.
And it's great if people can be a part of that journey, just like myself. As I said, you were the face of Banning when I first applied, and I wanted to say thank you very much from me personally for helping kind of guide me through that part of the process. It is great to be here. It's a wonderful family. It's a good place to work. And I'm excited to be a part of this team, so I wanted to thank you for that.
Well, and I thank you too. I do remember the phone conversation,
Yeah.
and I was so excited to be able to reach out and let you know, because that actually is one of the moments where you like, this is all worth it. When we're able to give someone the ability to say, come join our family. We're trying to grow the city. You elude something that we are looking for, and we want you to join us. And then they're just like, wow, really, you thought of me? I'm overjoyed. Thank
Yeah.
you. And it just really makes you feel like, wow, you're assisting in building what the city is looking to do for the future. You're also enhancing someone's, whether it be their educational skills, whether it be
Sure.
their job skills.
Yeah.
And to be a part of that journey, it's one of those moments where you're like, wow, I love being a part of HR.
I think it's exciting. Thank you again for being a part of this week's Employee Spotlight. We appreciate it, and we want to thank you for all the work you do here in the city of Banning.
Thank you.